you made him a guard, he'd do, you know, a two-guard to bring the ball up court or be a shooting guard. He'd fill out role adequately. He can play any position on the floor.
It's an old-time type.
Right. He's a throwback.
That's right. That's what I was looking for.
And he's only in his 5th season in the NBA.
Gets the first free throw. Knicks have done a good job on the offensive glass. They have 6 offensive rebounds to the Cavs 3 thus far. And remember, huge height advantage tonight for Cleveland.
Cavs have not been dominating people. In fact, they've been out rebounded in the last 5 games.
The overall rebounds are 19-13 for the Knicks, who lead by 9.
4 of those 5 have been losses.
Offensive foul call against the set. He walks dejectedly to the bench as Ilgauskas returns. First foul on Potomko.
That's probably the kind of foul that Sean Kemp was talking about in his complaints when he was interviewed during the All-Star break, which we just showed a few minutes ago.
Knicks right now on the court have Childs and Starks in the backcourt, Mills and Johnson, along with Herb Williams in the front court. Brooks, who certainly knows Childs well after all the practice last year. Ilgauskas coming out on the perimeter to guard Johnson, who takes him to the hole. Nice move from Larry Johnson. 35-24. Johnson has 8 points, Knicks by 11. Sura to Ilgauskas. Foul and 1. Good strength from Ilgauskas. And we'll have timeout. 6:33 remaining in the second. The Knicks lead the Cavs by 9. No when to say when. A reminder from your friend at Budweiser. Herb Williams will turn 40 tomorrow. This is his 6th year with the New York Knicks and 17th overall in the NBA. Remember last game against Charlotte, the last home game, Dave Cowens showing him the play, and Herb went out there and performed like he knew what was going on, what Charlotte was doing. Had 2 points and also 3 block shots, and really electrified the crowd. He is such a fan favorite here, as I mentioned, in his 6th year. As Ilgauskas hits the free throw, and he's done it all. He's averaged almost 20 points per game at one point in his career. He had a 40-point game. That was against the Knicks, ironically. So he's done all those things, and now when he's called upon, he's a professional. He's ready to play. Starks a 3. Sura the rebound.
Yes, Herb is adding something to the Knicks besides his presence, that's for sure.
Carl Thomas adding a jump shot to the Cavs arsenal. Thomas with a couple of J's. It's 35-29. Knicks have led by as many as 11. We're midway through the second. Along with John Andres, Mike Breen on hand, Madison Square Garden. Mills against Henderson. Quick pull-up. Chris Mills. And that's the type of offense we've seen from him in past years. It's starting to come to the forefront now for the Knicks.
That is such a great move. Dribble, dribble, quick jump shot. So hard to defend.
Mills has 8 points in the starting role. Henderson tries the same thing down the other end and does it back to Mills.
That's pretty frustrating. You're just enjoying your move as Mills was, and then you have it done to you.
Cavs have made their last 5 shots. They're now up to 40% shooting. They were under 30 in the first quarter. And a whistle, illegal defense called against Cleveland. Their first, just a warning. As Allan Houston will return, as will Sean Kemp. Stark sits down for the Knicks. Ferry takes a seat for the Cavaliers. Knicks, meanwhile, are shooting 44%. Offensive foul. Herb Williams using his hip a little bit there. Yeah, that's the second foul on Herb Williams. And he'll go to the bench as Chris Dudley.
When you set the pick, as Herb Williams did, you've got to be motionless, and the official judged that he was moving a bit, and that affected the defender.
37-31. Knicks lead by 6, just over 5 to play in the second. Henderson on the pull-up. And the rookie Cedric Henderson makes it a 4-point game. Nice jump shooting here last couple of minutes from the Cavaliers, who could not put the ball in the hole in the first quarter. And an offensive foul is called on Chris Childs. Using his left arm, and that's 3 on Childs. So Childs will sit down. Charlie Ward will re-enter the game.
Childs hates to sit down. He and Charlie Ward splitting that role of point guard more and more. So he wants to be on the floor as much as possible.
Bob Sura. Kemp left wide open. Larry Johnson the rebound. Johnson with 4 rebounds. Mills fires away. Ball's right at the hands of Kemp. Another poor outlet pass. Henderson able to get it, however. Henderson wasn't looking at the back of his foot. And there you see the Cavaliers, that horrible shooting to start, but now starting to light it up. A lot of perimeter shots, like this one from Carl Thomas. And we'll have a held ball between Johnson and Kemp. They'll jump it at the Cavs free throw line circle. Remember the game in Cleveland in December? The Cavs had an excellent first half, really shot the ball very well, but then they died as the Knicks defense choked them out of the game in the second half. So you get a look at it, 52-28 in the second half of the prior game on December 19th for the Knicks. Thomas misses again. Ball deflected a couple of times. Allan Houston able to haul it in. Houston, a three-pointer. Sura the long rebound. Cavs look to run. Sura against Charlie Ward. Feed to Kemp. Stripped down low. Allan Houston with a nice defensive play. Here comes Mills the other way. With the left hand. And the Knicks are back up by 6.
The secondary defenders on the Knicks are doing an amazing job tonight. That's why the Cavs guards are not able to break down the Knicks guards. Should they get by one, there's somebody right there to help out.
Knicks, of course, without their best help defender is Henderson. Puts it in with Dudley on him. Charles Oakley sitting out the 1-game suspension. And as we've said, Oakley perhaps the best, or one of the best help defenders in the league. But the others picking up the slack thus far. 39-35. 5-4, just over 3 remaining in the second. Allan Houston makes the adjustment, won't go. The tip, it's good. And Houston now with 8 points. Knicks lead it 41-35.
How about that for a guard? He was up there with the big guys tipping that ball and outreaching everybody.
Kemp rushed the shot. Houston the rebound. Again, Dudley helps out on defense. Pretty feed to Larry Johnson. Boy, Allan Houston doing a little bit of everything.
Boy, that's fun to watch.
Cavs will call timeout. Houston with a steal, with a tip-in, and then a beautiful pass. 2:34 remaining in the second, an 8-point Knick lead. Quarter, Knicks leaded by 8. Allan Houston having a very nice sequence, John, doing a little bit of everything, starting on the defensive end.
Yes, look at this little reach in here to stop Sean Kemp. And then at the other end, what a beautiful play. You see him tipping that ball in there, along with Chris Dudley. This is followed up by that gorgeous pass to Larry Johnson, who continues to beat people down the court. He's putting such pressure, I refer to Larry Johnson, on the defenders in transition. Fast break points once again. The Knicks out in front of the Cavs, the younger team.
It was 18-2 Friday night. Knicks over the Magic in that department. And 11-3 tonight as the Knicks lead it by 8. 2.5 remaining in the first half. The offensive rebound. Sura leaning in. Ball tipped a couple of times. Ilgauskas out to Henderson, and Henderson exhibiting a nice jumper. He's got the last 8 points for the Cavs, 13 here in the first half.
Mike, he comes into tonight's game having shot 1 for 10 in the 2 games prior to this game for the Cavs. 1 for 10. He's turned around tonight big time.
2 minutes remaining. First half, Knicks by 6. Houston with the drive. The little pull-up goes for the glass, won't go. Houston gets another rebound. Almost taken out of his hands by Thomas, but another held ball. They'll jump it up. Buck Williams returns. Dudley sits down. They'll jump at the Knicks free throw line circle. Dudley didn't score.